From the Massachusetts Broadcasters Station of the Year, this is Western Mass News at 6 p.m.
We saw a healthy first snowfall of the season here in Western Mass. We'll take a look at all the details in my first warning forecast.
Snow in October may be early, but it's welcome for those in hill towns. How residents there are adjusting their weekend plans.
And trick-or-treating will look a little different for the communities that are moving forward with it tomorrow night. Details on what you can expect in one local town.
I quickly snapped and turned around. There was nobody within 8 feet of me.
And with the night of ghouls and goblins just 24 hours away, I'll take you on a ghost hunt in East Long Meadow. But first, that was kind of spooky.
Excited. That was super spooky.
It's a first warning weather day, and we're keeping an eye on those freezing temperatures, which were equally as scary.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Western Mass News at 6. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Jordyn Jagolinzer. I have to admit, the snow kind of kicked me out of the Halloween spirit a little bit. Felt
really
more
did.
like Christmas, so I'm excited to see that ghost hunt. We do have team coverage of that winter weather for you, though. Audrey Russo is standing by for us in the hill towns.
But first, a closer look at the weekend forecast with meteorologist Janna Brown. Janna, it's going to get cold overnight.
Definitely, guys. And so black ice becomes our next concern as we go into tonight. But as far as the snowfall amounts from today, Goshen picking up around 5 inches. Munson was right up there as well at 5-inch amounts. Wales and Belchertown, also Sandusfield and Berkshire County checking in around 4. Rowe picking up just over 3. And here at our station in Springfield, 2 inches of snow, mostly on grassy surfaces or raised elevations. And you can kind of see how that snow is piling up. Of course, it looks like a ton here on the ground, but just kind of looking at some of these beams here, which are very pretty, from Claire and Brian. This was out in Ware. And then this just got sent in to us from Bill in Palmer. The sun setting on that snowy scene. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, temperatures are down below freezing already. So we've dropped below 32 degrees right now. Wind is calm. Skies are clearing, so temperatures will keep dropping. We're already getting to freezing in Holyoke and several other places. So with that being said, black ice again is a concern tonight. Be sure to drive with caution. Through 11 p.m., we'll be dipping back into the 20s. Snuggle meter, God, I haven't used this thing since I want to say like April of last year, but if it ever loads, there we go. 18 degrees is our morning low, so the snuggle meter is quite high, and we are expecting good sunshine for your Saturday. We'll take a look at your full forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Janna, thank you. The snow in the hill towns isn't putting a stop to people's routines.
Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo continues our team coverage now live inside our first warning weather tracker.
It was going to be rain, shine, or snow.
Patricia Richard from the Otis Rec Center was already preparing for a different kind of Halloween. In the midst of planning a socially distant drive-through trunk-or-treat event, Mother Nature threw in her own trick in the form of snow.
We have about 100 kids coming. Halloween is so important to the kids that we basically, when you have little kids and it's regular door to door, we trudge through the snow.
Otis police say they've had no problems with snow bringing down tree limbs yet, and the highway department has had trucks on the road all day, clearing the roads. For some, the surprise snowfall brings back memories of when winter's impatience dealt heavier drifts.
The one that I remember the most was the storm of '87. It was October 3rd, and we woke up to over a foot of snow and everything was buried.
Got to put the gloves on.
For others, the few inches of snow provides an opportunity to bundle up and drive top down.
We're going to go find some back roads and we're going to revel in the beauty of the first snowy Berkshire day.
Nothing stopping them from soaking up the beauty of autumn turned winter.
Look around and you can see how beautiful it is right now.
All right, we lost Audrey there, but for the latest on our weather, make sure that you have our free Western Mass News streaming app. You can download it to your mobile and streaming devices today.
Now, here's a quick look at today's numbers of COVID-19 cases. The state reporting 1,488 new cases for a total number of 153,229. And there were also 23 more deaths today in Massachusetts. The statewide death toll now stands at 9,750. A standout was held earlier today in Agawam. Parents trying to share their concerns after the town announced last night they'll be going back to remote learning for at least 2 weeks after COVID-19 metrics and teachers' contracts were met.
Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane is live with the latest information. Lindsay?
Chris and Jordan, it seems parents' messages were heard loud and clear. The Gawam Education Association is coming back to the table to renegotiate the COVID-19 metrics in their contracts.
We all want our kids back in school. Nobody's been asking us what we think, so maybe we should go and tell them what we think.
Parents gathering in the middle of a snowstorm Friday morning, all angered by the requirement to pivot from their hybrid learning model to remote learning after a 3% positivity rate of those tested for coronavirus was hit Thursday night, a metric in teachers' contracts that requires a pullback on in-person learning.
Do they not care what the parents are going through when you shut down the schools?
We'd much rather be at school.
Some parents say the metric is flawed, but their concerns seem to have been heard loud and clear.
And that's exactly why the union came back to the table with us, because they realized that the parents are being negatively impacted and are very concerned.
Mayor Bill Cepelli tells Western Mass News the Gawam Education Association is now in the process of renegotiating the COVID-19 metrics in their contracts.
They realized the flaws in it based on our experience now. Like everybody else, this corona thing is new to all of us, and we're learning as we go along.
And he says he's grateful for the union coming forward and hopes to get this straightened out as soon as possible.
If we can agree on this language, we would bring it back to the school committee as early as next week in a special meeting and get the new metrics set up, and so that we could maybe correct this issue and maybe get kids back earlier than we were expecting to.
Mayor Cepelli says there will be a meeting to approve the metrics once they're agreed upon. Be sure to stick with Western Mass News as we continue to get answers. Live in Springfield, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.
Lindsay, thank you for that live report. Tomorrow's Halloween, and parents around Western Mass are wondering whether trick-or-treating is safe, especially, of course, with COVID-19 cases growing locally.
Western Mass News reporter Leon Purvis joins us live in East Hampton after speaking with the mayor about her Halloween advice as she pulls back on the town's reopening status. Leon?
Jordan, Chris, the mayor wants to send a strong message to the community as we head into Halloween weekend. Now, currently, East Hampton is in the yellow in the state's latest COVID-19 risk map. But Mayor Nicole LaChapelle says they're close to the highest risk level of red. That's why she moved the town a step in the reopening process back to phase 3, step 1. But she's not pulling back on trick-or-treating. Right now, there are only 3 communities in Western Mass not allowing door-to-door trick-or-treating: Springfield, Chicopee, and Long Meadow. In East Hampton, the mayor hopes trick-or-treaters will be wearing masks, washing their hands, and socially distancing while getting goodies.
Trick-or-treating is not a city-sponsored activity. And I feel that the families in East Hampton are going to be really creative and very safe with their children, whatever they decide to do for Halloween night and trick-or-treating. And Lindsay here actually came up with a great idea of how kids can get a treat and not get tricked by COVID-19.
And that idea is handing out candy through a chute. It's not a trick. You do get a treat if you have a mask, stand back 6 feet. The candy comes down through a pipe in a very socially distant way. Now, Chris, Jordan, that sounds like a really fun idea to dress up as your favorite character, get some candy while staying safe. I may have to come dressed up as Spider-Man, but for now, live in East Hampton, Leon Purvis, Western Mass News.
Leon, I think we'd all like to see that, actually. Now, tonight, the UMass Minutemen are getting ready to enter Bubbleville. The men's basketball team is one of 30 college teams set to play in a season-opening event happening right across the border at Mohegan Sun. Similar to the NBA bubble in Florida, the casino is partnering with the Basketball Hall of Fame and Gazelle Group to ensure a safe and contained point of play. It starts November 25th and it runs through the very beginning of December.